evening, DTLC family. What a great way to start the year 2026 by being together as a community. I'm sure, like me, you have been looking forward to this session of the reunion evening for all the DTLC cohorts. Remember, when you did your session of DTLC, you realized we did not close the groups because we remained a community. And we continue with our DTLC program in spite of having finished the session that we were in. So true, all of us here may have been in different cohorts, but we all walk the same path. We face similar challenges and we celebrate various breakthroughs. Some of us have had their diabetes get into remission and other health successes. And so today we come together as the DTLC community. I am honored to be your host tonight. My name is Lorraine Osano. In the past, we have had various challenges. This is what brings us all together. We all have had a challenge or been part of a challenge. I'd like let this to be a bit more interactive, and so we'll ask that you note down in the chat any past challenge or past campaign that you have been a part of. What have been the past campaigns that you have been a part of? Please note that in the chat. I'm waiting to see what's on the chat. So just put down whatever it is you remember, which campaign you have been a part of since we started DTLC and having the reunions to remind ourselves about what we learned. Fantastic, Doris. Walking and the steps challenge. Excellent. And you participated in it, Doris, I hope. Good. Any other challenge somebody has been a part of? Oh, great, Doris, good job, good job. Aha. Anita says sleep patterns and the 10,000 steps. Great. These are all what does Dr. John call them? The natural doctors. True. So I see two of these challenges, the walking, that's the 10,000 steps, the sleep patterns. Anything else? Any other challenge you've been a part of? Or remember from the past? Good. 1 carbohydrate per meal, Linda. Very good. Aha. I see a hand raised. And that is Doreen. Mama Doreen, which challenge have you been a part of? Okay. On the chart, I see colorful plate challenge. Oh, yeah. That we don't eat the same boring vegetables or boring meals that we may have been used to. Very good. And Mama Doreen, Lydia, she wants to say something.
Just
Can she
unmute
unmute?
yourself. Yes, she can.
Okay, please unmute Mama Doreen.
Okay, there we go. It was good. In that it leaves you feeling fresh, energized, really, apart from other, if we take carbohydrate in excess, it makes us feel lazy. But with veggies, you are ready to go.
Aha. Energy from the vegetables. Very good. So
Yeah.
the vegetable challenge, very good. Thank you. Mercy says no meat on Mondays and evenings. That's another challenge, eh? Great. So I'm glad we were very aware about what has been going on and we are part of the challenges, even as we have completed our sessions. But now, what was the latest one? Who remembers the one that we had starting October 10th and it ran until January 10th, which is just last week, I think? What was the last challenge? Please feel free to note that on the chart. And maybe it's what Mama Doreen was alluding to. So anybody remembers? What was it? What was the last challenge? Can note it down. Mercy says clean plate. Okay, Doris missed that one. So she has no idea. Very honest. So you missed something very interesting. Anyone remembers what it was called? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Lydia, at this rate, now that you're giving clues, you may just have to explain to us what we've been doing for the last 3 months. Victor says, continue the habits we had developed over the 12th week. Somebody called iPhone has it right. And Anita as well. Planetary health. Lydia, what was planetary health about? Seems that many of us had no clue.
Well, it actually linked our plate, what we eat at home, to saving our dear planet. It was as simple as that.
Saving the plate. What we have on our plate recognizes what is happening on the planet, eh? Very good. Very nice. Were we a part of it? Were any of us a part of that challenge? Just finished, maybe may have been interrupted by the holidays, but we had it in December, with the whole of from October until January. Okay. And maybe just a question. During our planetary health challenges, Anita, since you talked about it, what were you eating? What did you eat to show that you were a part of this program, part of this challenge, rather?
Um, what I've been eating actually up till now is plant-based. I'm not sure whether that was exactly it, but I've been eating plant-based, no carbohydrates. For me, the biggest struggle is no tea. I can survive on tea with milk, but I have had to deal with headaches because of that, but I've survived. And yeah, so basically plant-based, that's what I've been on.
Very good. And you survived.
I've survived so far, I can't believe it. I've actually pulled it till now. I think this is my last week of it.
Very good. Good job. It doesn't matter how slowly you go as long as you don't stop. And that's a good one. Thank you for not stopping. That's what Naomi Osaka said. Doesn't matter how slowly you go as long as you don't stop.
Oh, you are
Okay.
telling me. Oh,
All right. Lydia, do you want to tell us, just tell us what the challenge was about and then what you expected of us. And if somebody wants to go for it, let them go for it.
Okay. Well, like we said, it was taking care of the environment in a different way, right from our plate. So we had different activities for, especially many people talked about the Meatless Monday. This at the beginning, I remember some people were quite hesitant. They thought we were encouraging vegetarianism, but apparently we just selected one day to save to save our planet, because I remember during the orientation of this campaign, we talked about how much carbon we emit when we take meat. So we chose one day, which was actually Monday, to have a meatless day. Eat cereals, eat more nuts, get protein from plants, like Anita said. Yeah, so we had different challenges. On Friday, we had another interesting one, no waste challenge, where we got to take photos of our full plate, and then after we've eaten, we take photos of our empty plate. That was quite fun and interesting, and all this in an effort to save our planet. Yeah, in a nutshell.
Good. So if you're part of it, I'm sure you benefited from what Lydia has talked about and got it. I think the nice thing was every day had a different activity so that it's not boring or so that it's not routine. But the whole objective being very clear that we are saving the planet by the way we eat. Okay, so that is just over last week, which was 10th of January. And today we're ready to launch another one. But as usual, we always have a background to it before we launch it. We don't just do things, we do things right. And so we will have a little talk about what challenge we want and then how we are going to carry it forward. So doing all of this has not been easy for sure. But things are not always easy, but you just have to keep going and you don't let the small stuff bog you down. So you may have forgotten this one, it may have been overtaken because of the holidays or whatever it is that happened, but that doesn't mean we give up. We don't let the small stuff bog us down. So all these interesting activities, interesting reunions, interesting settings are all done by the DTLC family. But who is the DTLC family? It is nice to know who everybody is. So we all know, we start with at the top, eh? We know the founder of the program, and that is Dr. Alice Ojwang, your doctor in the house, and there she is. And the dietitian, she calls herself your dietitian in the house. We have the local doctor, and that is Dr. Nyawera, who's always there to verify that we are doing the right thing. Dr. Nyawera. We have our specialist in diabetes care, and that is Miss Atieno Jalango. I saw her, and I think it would be nice. She'll talk to us. You'll get to meet her as she talks to us in a short while. We have other consultants who come in, or specialists who come in different fields. Our nutritionist from the UK, Professor Hiba Osei. We have our counseling psychologist, Dr. Nelly Otieno. We have our social expert, social connections expert, Dr. Evans Samane, who's also from the UK. Many of you who've done the diabetes program have met Dr. Sally Kariuki, who's our podiatrist. That's the one who takes care of our feet. Very interesting sessions she holds and very eye-opening when you join them. For our glucose monitoring, again, for those in the diabetes cohorts, we have Dr. Yvonne Carrier. Our sex health expert, Professor Tamari Esho. We have Dr. Victor Bakoya, who's our public health specialist. And of the last sessions I've had, Irene Otieno, who's been part of the program, and we expect to meet her later today. And now we want to listen to why we have these reunions. Dr. Juang and I think Dr. Atieno Jalang will be here to help us to see the point behind joining, why we have the reunions planned for us and why we keep going even when we have a challenge like what we've just had. So Dr. John, please take us through that.
Good evening, everybody. It's nice to see you. We have been on a break since December, but we are back and we're starting with reunions so that we can maintain the rhythm. I mean, studies have shown that, once you've been in a 12-week program, we know how successful you are. You have the dietitians that help you with your diet. You have us, the doctors. We're always discussing, we're commenting on the groups. But what happens after that, after the DTLC is over, when the season is over, then it means you don't have the support. So some people continue to do very well, but some people actually lapse. So they stop exercising, they make a few mistakes here, which we know over a long period of time just leads to the same problem that you had at first. So this is why we do the DTLC reunions, which is every quarter, so that you can manage. So we started DTLC in 2022. Or 2021. So we have 2021, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we have been around for 5 years. And so this year we continue to have the DTLC, but it's going to be a little bit different. And Lydia will tell us more about it. But why am I here? I'd like to know, as much as we've been planning the reunions, we've been planning the campaigns, but we'd like to know from you, what are your challenges after completing DTLC seasons? What are your challenges? Because when you let us know the challenges, we can use that information to actually be able to design a campaign that actually works for you. Like now we already have a campaign because we need to get started. We are in the middle of January. Usually by January you've started, but just take 1 minute, just write for me on the chat. What would you like to see in the coming programs? What would you like to see? What is your challenge? After completing the DTLC week 12, what is your challenge? And some of you finished season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4, season 5. We are now going to season 12. So season 11, they finished the other day. So I'm sure they have challenges, but the longer you have been away, maybe the more challenges you may have, or you're successful. So why don't you share with us? Yes, you can post in the chat. So what are some of the challenges? After completing DTLC seasons, what are your challenges? What has been your challenge? Violet, what has been your challenge? Adeline, Anita, Beatrice, Doreen, Pam, Jacinta, Jamila, Leonard, Linda, Mercy, Moria, Peter Mauta, Susan. What has been your challenges when it comes to maintaining your lifestyle habits that you learned over the 12 weeks? Linda says sticking to 1 carbohydrate per meal during festive season when visiting family. Yeah, but it's a challenge, but it's okay. It's all right. Remember, during the season we can party for 12 months, which can be very dangerous. Or we can party for 4 weeks, every day for 30 days in December, for example. But you can always occasionally have your 2 carbohydrates. You just need to be able to have the portions. Just remember the portions count. So you can even have 3 carbohydrates during the holiday, but how much should always work, because you can imagine you're living with diabetes or type 2 diabetes, and then you're taking a lot of sugar during the holidays. You can actually just, increase your sugar again, your medication goes up, and then we are losing the war. So you keep trying, but it's good to understand the challenge so we know what you need to support. Animal protein has been a challenge. So what do you mean, Leonard? Animal protein at night? Not having animal protein at night, or reducing the amounts? Yes. The daily 10,000 steps. Yes, same. Relapse, losing the rhythm of exercise, food portions, and sleep. Okay, and this is why we have this reunions, because we want to know what your challenge is. Yeah, my sleep patterns been difficult to sleep for 8 hours and to maintain the 10,000 steps. Well, we also have to be realistic. You can't always do the 10,000 steps. There are some very dedicated people who are able, they're into their habits, and they have addiction to fitness, and so they're able to maintain 10,000 steps every day. But not everybody can do that. But what you want to do, just evaluate yourself and be realistic. After every month, how many times? After 30 days, how many times? Or let's count 25 days, assuming 4 weeks. After 25 days, how many days did you have 10,000 steps? If you can achieve 10,000 steps 50% of the time, I think that's realistic, and that is sustainable. If you're able to do it every day, fine. But remember also, if you work out too hard, you also need to rest. Yes, so be realistic. Like the walking challenge posted, having posts gets us motivated. Okay, very good. And so this is where we have the challenge, and even the sugar challenge we're going to have fitness, and we'll post it every day. So that is very good to know. Yes. Relapse and losing the rhythm of sleep. Yeah. That is, especially when you have a lot of work. And sometimes if you travel for me, when I travel for 2 weeks or 1 week, then I just lose my rhythm completely, especially if you go to a different time zone. So that's understandable. So that means we need to also do the sleep, okay? So this data is very important for us, so we can use it to design. But what we'll do, since we have very few comments, but very, very impactful, we are going to send a short questionnaire onto your WhatsApp group. So please take your time and complete the questionnaire. It will just be 2 questions actually on WhatsApp, and so then we can be able to start to work on the next intervention, the next campaign. But this year, the beginning, we already set. So I have a quiz. And I'm a teacher by profession. I teach at the university. So I'm giving you marks. So 30 marks. Let's see who scores the highest. Okay? Yes. So you need your pen and paper to be ready so that we can take the quiz. So this quiz This tool, the quiz that you're using, it assesses added sugar habits, not natural sugars from whole foods. So this campaign is about slash your sugar, but we are also going to be able to have like fitness. So we're going to have the pacer and we're going to post the steps every day. And then people living with diabetes, hypertension, or obesity should use results to guide action, not guilt. So if the results of this should not make you feel guilty, it should just make you motivate you to carry on. So I'm going to go straight to the question. So we have the first question here. How often do you drink sugary beverages, soda, sweetened juice, sweetened tea, or coffee? So never, 1 to 2 times, 3 to 5 times daily. So when you take C, it means you give yourself 2 points. So whichever letter you choose, you give yourself the point that is indicated. And then at the end of it, you will add everything. So it means like you should put number 1, put 2 points. Or number 1, 3 points. Okay, I hope that's clear. Number 2, moving on. How many teaspoons of sugar do you add to tea or coffee per day? 1 to 2 teaspoons, none, 1 to 2 teaspoons, 3 to 4, 5 or more. Please take your pick. How often do you eat sweets, cakes, biscuits, or chocolates? Rarely, once per week, 2 to 4 times per week, daily or almost daily. How often do you consume processed foods, sweetened cereals, flavored yogurt, sauces, and pastries? Processed foods, okay? Rarely, 1 to 2 times, 3 to 5 times daily. Number 5, how often do you drink fruit juice or smoothies instead of whole fruit? Never, 1 to 2 times per week, 3 to 5 times per week, or daily. 6, when you feel stressed, tired, or emotional, how often do you turn to sugary foods? Never, sometimes, often, always. 7, do you read food labels to check for sugar content? Or you just pick and go? Always. You read sometimes, rarely, never read. Yeah. 8, how often do you snack between meals on sweet foods? Sweet, something sweet. You just constantly looking for something sweet. Never, occasionally, daily, multiple times daily. Number 9, how would you describe your portion size when eating sweet foods? Small or shared, moderate, large, very large, no limit. Okay, so please can you add your score? How often do you consume sugary foods late at night? Never, occasionally, often, almost every night. Add your scores, then we can interpret them. So please can you post your scores for me on the chat? Please post. We have many participants here. Keep going, everybody. 4, very good. 5, 2. So you're still doing very well. So I'm happy. I'm happy that you're doing very well. So obviously the smaller the score, the better for you. So if you get 0 to 7 points, it means you have low sugar intake, you have excellent control, good awareness and habits, maintain your current lifestyle. You're sugar smart, so keep going. Maintain it at that by all means. If we get 8 to 15 points, we have moderate sugar intake, some hidden sugar sources, which you may not know. So there is room for improvement. So we need to do some improvement. So still, you're doing okay, but small changes will make a big difference. Yes. And then we have, when you get to 16 to 23 points, that is a high sugar intake. It means you are frequently exposed to sugar. Remember, you're eating it in the morning, between meals, late at night, emotionally when you're charged. So that's no good. So of course, this is going to increase blood sugar imbalance and weight gain. And we know that high consumption of this is eventually going to lead you to insulin resistance, then type 2 diabetes, then medication. And then definitely you'd benefit greatly from a structured sugar slash challenge. Many S's. And last but not least, 20 to 30 points, 24 to 30 points. That's very high sugar intake, excessive sugar consumption, high risk of metabolic and lifestyle disease. So immediate reduction is strongly recommended. And of course, professional guidance, advised. So, do we have any question in relation to that? So you are here, you have scored 4, you have scored 3, you have scored 2, but how about your families? How about your friends? How about your colleagues at work? Maybe you can share the quiz with them so that they can know where they are and they can join the sugar campaign. So this campaign is, we're also going to include people who are non-DTLC graduates plus DTLC graduate so that we can widen the support that we provide. Okay. So do we have any question in relation to that? Otherwise, I will go on to share about the campaign. Yes. Oh, Linda was asking question 3 again. Okay, I'll just go back and read question 3. Question 3 is, how often do you eat sweets, cakes, biscuits, or chocolates? A, rarely, 0 marks. B, once per week, 1 mark. C, 2 to 4 times per week, 2 marks. And daily or almost daily, 3 points. Yes. I hope that helps, Linda. So any question in relation to that? So Adeline, you're saying no table sugar in the family. So people are not taking that. That's very good. Very good. So I'm going to talk about the campaign, but I want to just talk about it without really sharing slides. I don't have many slides to share, but just 1 or 2 things. Okay? So the sugar slash campaign, or shall we say slash the sugar campaign. Please feel free to make recommendations on how you want us to do this. So what is the challenge all about? So the sugar slash challenge, it is a structured lifestyle challenge designed to help individuals reduce added sugar intake and develop healthier, sustainable life habits. For you who have gone through DTLC program, it's obvious. You have learned so much about sugar, carbohydrate intelligence. Your habits are completely worked on. There's always room for improvement though, but you've done well. But imagine many people out there, if you invite, the other day invited my cousins, I haven't seen them for a long time, to come home. People brought sodas and juices. It was a lot of sugar. You're just like, oh my goodness. So this is the habit. That is why we have the sodas in the supermarket, the sweetened juices, everything is there in the supermarket. So really, we want to just have the awareness of sugar sources and, of course, educate you to gradually reduce sugar intake. We don't want extreme things. If you take 5 teaspoons of sugar, you can start by dropping 1 or dropping 2. And then, we have 12 weeks. So what is your goal? So then, of course, we have to work on our goals. Long-time lifestyle challenge. This is not a diet. It's a reset for better health. It is not a diet. It is a reset for better health. So why reduce the sugar? Why should we reduce the sugar? Because sugar affects you very much. Your brain, the sugar lights up your brain's reward center with dopamine, which is one of the stress hormones or hormones, okay? Studies have indicated that it is more addictive than cocaine. In fact, a childhood study, a study that showed children had been followed up for years. The children who had a lot of sugar in their diet were likely to actually take drugs because that stimulation center, they want that stimulation. So remember, for your brain, sugar will light up the reward center, and then that will increase addiction, and it's worse than cocaine. For your skin, sugar accelerates aging and exacerbates conditions like acne and yeah, poor skin conditions. So when you take a lot of sugar, you have poor skin. So by, of course, reducing sugar, if that's a problem, by the end of the campaign, we should see your skin is very healthy and nice. Your liver converts surplus of sugar into fat. Overloading the liver with sugar is similar to overloading it with alcohol. So please take note, overloading the liver with sugar is like overloading it with alcohol. So we want to appreciate that sugar is very dangerous. For your kidneys, when blood sugar is too high, the kidneys spill sugar into the urine, which can cause permanent damage. So you can damage your kidneys. You know, people who have diabetes, people who are living diabetes long term, they end up actually having kidney problems because of uncontrolled sugars. So these high sugars can end up there. How about oral health? Sugar consumption leads to tooth decay and gum disease, which is, of course, now that's just a route for having infections in your blood, which is a problem. How about your heart? Too much sugar hardens arteries and damages heart tissue. So in the long run, we're going to have a problem. So you want to be able to take care of your heart. And of course, your stomach. Sugar throws off the gut health. When you take a lot of sugar in your diet, your gut health is completely messed up, interrupting the microbiome of your digestive tract that we know is very important for your health. And of course, you have watched the Hack Your Health, so you will understand why sugar is bad for your stomach. And of course, your pancreas, sugar spans the pancreas to put insulin production into overdrive, eventually leading to insulin resistance. And of course, anybody wanting to conceive, fertility, high blood sugar impairs reproductive function in both men and women. So if you're trying to conceive, you're the man, you have taken a lot of sugar, that's a problem there, hindering. And of course, for the women too. So we can see, let me just summarize. Sugar affects your whole body, your brain, your skin, your mouth, your heart, your liver, your kidneys, your pancreas, and fertility, and of course, your stomach. So it is overall, it affects your health completely. So why the sugar matters? Because you know that excess sugar contributes to all those things that we've talked about. And of course, if you're already living with diabetes, high blood sugar, your medication doses will never drop. It will always just increase, which becomes expensive. And of course, the side effects of all this medication. Weight gain is a problem as well. You know, fatigue, cravings, poor concentration, increased risk of other complications, okay? So here, the most important thing is we can consume sugar, but where is this sugar? Sometimes we consume too much because we don't know about the hidden sugar. And this is some of the education we'll give you. How is the challenge going to work? It's a 12-week program, you know, and we take you through. Every week we give you a challenge to do. Every week we might have a video so that you can watch, but then we are going to post the steps. We want to post the pictures. We want to post our drinks so that we can encourage each other. And of course, we provide awareness on sugar and sugar sources by all means. And then, of course, we want you to reduce, to slash the sugar. You know, cut the sugary drinks, cut the processed foods, stop eating these things at snack time, stop eating them at night, you know. And of course, emotional eating comes into play. What is your emotional eating habits? If something is driving you to sugar, then you know sugar is what we need to identify what the trigger is. And of course, we want to just focus on one small achievable goal. So what we want to avoid, of course, avoid sugary drinks and juices, sweet cakes and biscuits, processed foods, you know, yeah, replace water with sweetened beverages, okay? Use whole fruits instead of juices. I always say this. There is nothing called natural juice. Natural juice is only maybe coconut. Coconut also comes with a juice which you just break and you pour. That's the only natural juice. The rest that you call natural juice are not, because what you do, you take the whole fruit, which is what is natural that Jehovah created, and then you put it in the blender and you destroy it there. So let's not make juices. Let's eat the fruit whole, okay? And then, of course, yeah, just reduce the sugar generally. So we are going to start with evaluate, where do you think your sugar is coming from? And just to summarize, the benefits, of course, of healthy lifestyle is, you're going to prevent diseases, you will save money, because how much money do you spend on juices, even for the family? Okay. And then obviously, when you take less sugar, you extend your lifespan because you're healthier, your gut is healthier, your heart is healthy, your kidney is healthy. Okay. Then, of course, you also benefit the environment, and yeah, it improves your cognitive enhancement, achieving quality sleep, improves skin quality, and of course, you're happy because you are healthier. And these are some of the benefits that we expect. And of course, other benefits would be those people who crave, we will help you to do something to stop the cravings, okay? And if you're living with diabetes and you have all these challenges with sugar, then we should be able to help you to at least reduce all this craving and improve your sugar. So really what we want to do is think about small daily choices will lead to powerful, healthy outcomes just by reducing the sugar. So start where you are and progress over time. So just remember that lifestyle, your genes load the gun, but your lifestyle is the one that pulls the trigger. Thank you very much. Over to you, Miss Lorraine.
Wow. Okay. So the challenge very clearly is sugar slash, right? Slash your sugar intake, huh?
Yeah, what do they want? Do you want to call it slash your sugar intake or sugar slash?
So we're
Tongue
just going to
twister.
be more aware about the sugar that we take. So we start where we are. So first we do the quiz, that was very important. And then now we know which areas to cut, to slash. Okay, good. So that is, I hope it is very clear. You could write what rendition you like better. You can put that on the chat. What would you like us to call it? Sugar slash your sugar.
Slash the sugar.
Linda says slash the sugar challenge. Oh, say that fast. That is hard. Okay.
The sugar challenge.
Right. But let's keep
slash the sugar. Slash the sugar.
Yes, say quickly. Okay, very good. So slash the sugar challenge. That's a nice one. So how do we join this challenge? Felix, you want to tell us about that? How do we join the challenge?
Miss Felix here?
Yes.
Did Felix come back, or we left him on the other side of the Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually here.
He's here? Okay.
Felix?
And if we can't get Felix, then Lydia, be ready to step in and tell us how to get the challenge, how to join the challenge. It looks like he has a challenge already, before the sugar challenge.
Yes, so joining this challenge is actually very easy. We'll provide a form in our groups where we get to fill in our details, and then you will see our payment details this time. Our challenge, we are going to pay something small. Actually, the cost for the challenge is 3,000 for the three months, 90 days it is, and this is actually very affordable. It's a very, very much discounted rate. We want to support you, and we are also asking you to support us. So because of this, we have a prize for this challenge, and we truly hope that we can have all of you joining that challenge. We need this support. We have goals to achieve. We want to maintain our lifestyle changes. So we encourage you all to participate fully. So be on the lookout for this form. It will be out as soon as tomorrow. So we are looking forward to receiving you all. We'll have a new WhatsApp group because now this time round we are paying for it. We'll have a mixed crowd of both the DTLC alumni as well as our family members who want to join, our friends, and even the public. So watch out for this space. We will have fun together. Yes.
And maybe look at it as prevention, because look at what Dr. Ojwang has talked about, what sugar causes in our bodies. So the investment is a good way to pay for prevention of those illnesses, and we stop the medicines, or the very expensive drugs that we have to take if we have those sugar issues. Okay, very good. But then, so that is the sugar challenge. So we have the sugar challenge, and then we also have DTLC 12. So Lydia, what's the difference?
Yeah, well, it's really coming up fast. Well, this season, again, we are excited to share something very special. This is DTLC 12. And this season is actually designed to address all lifestyle-related conditions from weight management, nutrition, physical activity, stress management, and overall well-being. It's also going to run for 12 weeks, that's 3 months. It's a holistic approach tailored to help you make sustainable changes. Most of you have gone through this program. We know what to expect, expert coaching from our qualified doctors, a supportive community with quarterly reunions just like this, and many, many more. So do you know somebody who could benefit from this program? Kindly feel free to reach out to us, talk to them, give them our contacts. We'll be happy to guide them through. So DTLC 12 kicks off on Monday, the 9th of February. We have actually extended this. Initially we had 26th January, but due to public demand, we want to give everybody a chance to just come in, and then we can start off together. So the fee for the program is 30,000 Kenyan shillings. And because we love you very much, we can always discuss installments. We want to support you as much as possible. So give us a call, then we can discuss a payment plan. But we encourage you to take advantage of this program. And that person that you're thinking about, talk to them today. Let's not take a lot of time. We know what this program has done for us and can also do for somebody else. So thank you so much for being part of this incredible family, and we look forward to welcoming you and even your family and friends to DTLC 12. Thank you.
Very good. So Lydia, asking for a friend, do we have an early bird? If we're paying before the 9th, do I have an early bird?
If they call me tomorrow, we might discuss something.
Okay, so you talk to Lydia. She's the plug, eh? She's the person to get us through those issues, eh? So we have two running issues. So one, the sugar slash challenge, which is 3,000 for 3 months, and also the DTLC 12, which is about conditions, right? Anybody with a condition? And who knows somebody with a condition to join the program. Very good. And as usual, expert advice available. The program here has helped us to rekindle, rejuvenate, renew our goals. We may have slipped off the rails a little, but we are reminding each other to keep going. Keep going, because each step may be harder, but don't stop, because the view at the top is beautiful. Don't you agree? Isn't it nice to have a reversal of whichever condition we have, to weight loss or healthier life? The view at the top is definitely better. Sometimes we fail, but it says success is not final, neither is failure fatal, but it's the courage to continue that counts. That was a famous saying by Winston Churchill. So let's keep going. Success comes to them that try, and it shall work out well for us. So Dr. Ojwang, last parting shot for the team?
Just remember, the more support you have, the more you're successful. So you can't do it alone. So join the campaign. If you've done the DTLC program, refer family and friends to DTLC program. You know how it works. You know how successful you've been. So thank you so much. Yes,
Thank
we are
you,
here
Dr.
to
Ojwang.
support you. Yeah.
Okay. Lydia, thank you very much for putting this together. We are happy to have been here today after a long time. So the challenge is don't stop, eh? So don't stop the planetary one because we are getting into the sugar one. And don't stop your steps because we are getting into sugar. So they kind of all dovetail into each other to help us remember the principles. Dr. Jong is very smart. He's making sure that we remember all of them by giving us a challenge so we are not falling off the rails. So keep going. We are happy to hold your hand. We're happy to walk together. We are motivated to do this together. And thank you for being part of this community. See you on the other side, either in the challenge or in the DTLC 12. Thank you very much for coming. And don't forget the /the sugar campaign. A leader will be there to help us see how to make that possible. To good health and a good night to everybody. Thank you very much.